Hello guys and welcome to my YouTube channel once again. In today's video, I want to analyze this particular pair, Crash 500 index, and I want to combine the breakout and retest strategy with the continuation strategy and the reversal strategy to analyze this pair. So I believe you're going to get some massive values. We don't want to show you how you can just do that from the higher time frame, a kind of a top-down analysis till you get a good setup that will guarantee profit, because I can see a very massive opportunity here on this particular pair right now. All right guys, so if you're watching my videos for the first time, please click on the subscribe button to join us, and also there's a link in the description of this video. If you click on it, it's going to take you to my Telegram channel where you can where you get most of the updates. And also if you want to reach me directly one-on-one, you find my direct contact there guys. So like this video and share your thoughts in the comment section. Any suggestions guys is really welcomed guys. All right, so let's go into the video now. So the first thing I'll have to do, like usually if I want to do an analysis like this, most times I go to a very high time frame, like the monthly time frame, weekly time frame, and sometimes I just stop on the daily time frame and start from the daily time frame. Then I analyze up to 15 minutes. Then looking at this chart, you'll see that the market had been buying for some months, like since February it's been buying until it got to this particular high here. This high here, I think this must be in April. Then it started selling down, created a low which went below this previous low, so there was a kind of a change of character at this point. And here the market came up here to create a lower high, then this is a lower low. So at this point I see the market trying to create a kind of a higher high. The market, sorry, a lower high. The market is now moving back to go and create a kind of a lower high. So for that reason, if we bring on our trend line, you will see that we can easily place a line somehow, somewhere like this, somewhere here. We can place a line there, and it is correct. It's correct. All right, then we can also duplicate this line. What's wrong with this line? Doesn't want to rest where I want it to be. These things can be very annoying most times. Okay, all right, let me duplicate this line quickly and place the next one right here. You can see it fits properly, and if you look at the touches it has made, then you will see that we are on the right track guys. See, it touched here, market sold from here, bought from here, bought from here too. So now it's buying again from this same zone, telling us that the trend line is at the correct spot guys. The trend line is at the correct spot. All right guys, so and also looking at it horizontally, you discover that the market is actually at a resistance zone or a support zone. So let's get a horizontal rectangle to mark that. Guys, you can see this. Then so you can see that the market is actually reacting to this previous support. See, market bought from this zone, and what this was actually a breakout and a retest, meaning that this is actually a support zone. Market had bought from this zone previously before here, so now market is reacting to it. And if you combining that with this trend line support, this trend dynamic key level, this trend line support, so you can confirm that the market really wants to buy from this point, and the target would be this trend line. The target is going to be this trend line. This is happening on the daily time frame, so this gives you an idea of what's going to happen. The next move of the market on this particular pair is bullish, and if you can find a perfect entry, you'll be able to take advantage of these buys and make some massive profit from it. All right guys, so let's go down to the 4-hourly time frame so we can see if there's anything we can get from the meanwhile. I can still see a zone that is worthy of marking out. Like here you can see what happened here. Market had been buying from this zone too. You can see these are buys. It's another buy from here too. So there's a chance the market is going to react on getting to this zone here. It might want to sell a bit to the downside. You might want to sell a bit before breaking out to retest, then continues to buy to the upside. So let's just see as it plays out. Let's go down to the 4-hourly time frame. All right, okay, so on the 4-hourly time frame we can see what the market is actually doing. The market gave us a structure that indicated was a kind of a flag, something like this. market did something like this on the 4 hourly time frame, indicating the market is actually going to buy. When you're doing a top-down analysis, one of the important things is to try to always find what you see on a higher time frame, just to see if you can still find it on a lower time frame. If you can find it on a lower time frame, like the setup, the structure you found on a higher time frame, if you are still able to find it on a lower time frame, it confirms that the market is actually going in the direction you were actually expecting it to go. So that is it. And you can see this, guys. You can see this is a support zone here, kind of a key level. Market bought and sold around this same level. You can see market tried to buy from here, then broke through it, came back to retest, sold, came back here, retested again, then sold to the downside. Now it bought, went above it, then came back to retest, because actually you would notice that there is a trend line also at this point. You might be wondering why the market is actually retesting at this point, but if you go down to a lower time frame, you will notice that there is actually a trend line around this point. There's a trend line around this point which market broke out to this level, then came back to do a kind of a retest, then bought through. So coming back, it has to retest this particular zone at this point. If you want, let me just quickly go down to maybe the maybe 1 hourly time frame, see if I can pull that line properly, though I'm not actually done with the lower time frame. Okay, so there was a trend line around this see, there was a trend, something like this, you know so the market actually broke through it, then came back to do a retest. So it's coming back to this same zone. Wait, let me coming back to this same zone. You see the high of this particular pattern came back. The market came back to this same zone and then started buying to the upside. This was the first breakout. Getting to this zone, it reacted, came back to where it bought previously, which is this region. Then it bought, and see, bought massively to the upside. It bought massively to the upside. Let me just take this. I was still on the 4 hourly time frame. Let's see what we can get. All right, so on this 4 hourly time frame, I was trying to explain why what we have here and what the guarantee is. You can see that the market actually broke out of this pattern it created. This is a kind of a flag, a bearish flag that indicates buys. Though I may not be calling it properly. Most people call this bullish buys because it indicates possible buys. But since it's tilting to the downside, I call it bearish buys or descending wedge or whatever. A bearish flag, sorry. So whatever it is, I know that with this structure, this pattern here, the market wants to break out to the upside and buy as it is. So at this point, I expect the market to possibly come back to this zone. Let me duplicate this put I expect the market to possibly come back to this zone and do a kind of a reaction. Why I'm expecting the market to come back to this zone? Because this is a resistance zone that was broken. That's the top of this particular pattern, is a resistance zone that was broken. So the market can most likely come back to this zone to do a retest and then continue buying, and the target would most likely be this particular zone here, which we found on a daily time frame. I'm expecting some reactions here. If the market does not reverse on getting to this zone, reverse to this particular zone before continuing the massive buys, then it will be that the market is going to break through this zone, then come back to do a retest, then buy massively to the upside. So that's what is possible, guys. All right, so let's go to the 1 hourly time frame. Okay, on the 1 hourly time frame, it's indicating as if the market actually broke out and retested. Like you see this bearish candlestick that left a pin bar, that left a wick at the top. It kind of indicates the market actually, after breaking out of this zone, pulled back, then now it's continuing the buys. It will buy actually, but I do not consider this as a proper retest. The market would most likely come back to do a proper retest, but for this, it will buy actually. I expect the market to continue buying at this for a while, but I still expect it to come back to do a proper retest before going into the massive buys to the upside. All right. So that is it, guys. So just identify these patterns, you identify this breakout to see, and also take note of the fact that we have this, if you draw to this point, then you go and measure where the breakout is. The market is bullish. Since the market is bullish, you see the target is even the zone we marked previously. So there's a very high chance the market must get to that zone because the market is actually bullish. So there's a very high chance it will get to that zone. That's one of the things you should take note of. All right. Then one moment, guys. So you see it. Then if we go down to the 15 minutes time frame, the setup I dropped in my group yesterday and the market played out nicely. Is only if you're in the group, then you will know. You will see the setup I posted and the market is playing out nicely. It was actually about this, I think I marked a zone somewhere here. I marked a zone somewhere around this point, and I expected some reactions of the market. Some reaction that the market has to get to somewhere here, then but then you see the market bought from here. The analysis was the market is going to, after breaking out of this zone, it has to come back, then buy to the upside. And you can see the market broke out, came and bought up to this point. But the unfortunate thing is that the market still broke through, came down. And if you did not take your profit, because one thing about trading is no matter how guaranteed you see you see that the chart market might go far, there are times you would need to just take note of what is above or what is below. Like right now there was a trend line, so you couldn't have just expected the market just break out of this trend line that so easily. And even if that would happen, if you enter a trade and it approaches the trend line, take your profit first. At least take some partial profit in case the market doesn't continue in that direction, because there is a chance it can react at this point. You see, so you see the market on getting to here, the take profit was certain at this point, though it still came down and then moved massively to the upside. It broke through and still moved massively to the upside. So these buys will still continue. And what we saw on the higher time, on the one early time frame, look at what we have in the 15 minutes time frame. This is a bullish engulfing candlestick pattern here, indicating the market will still buy to the upside. But on the one early time frame, the market might still have to come back to retest this zone. This is just a kind of a pullback on the 15 minutes time frame. All right, it's not the actual breakout time frame, so it might have to come back to retest that zone properly, guys. All right, so that is it. So this video, I hope it's not too long. I did not want to make a long video. I just wanted to show you guys a simple way to analyze this chart. All you need to do is to find these patterns we've been talking about, and they are always available on the chart. They are always available on a regular basis. The analysis I shared yesterday, you can notice there's a pattern here. There's a pattern at this point. Then you duplicate this line, you place it somewhere here, and you see, I think this is what I did that yesterday. Yeah, you can see the market broke out and retested this zone, that was why I expected the market to come back to retest this zone, and you see it went up, touched this trend line, then came down. All right, guys, so as simple as that. If you can be practicing these things on a regular basis, you'll be profitable, because you become a master of it. Profitability comes in when you have mastered your strategy, and a lot of little things that has to do with it, because I cannot guarantee that I will tell you everything in this video. I can't. It is when you practice on your own, you start discovering some other little stuff that you can add to the strategy to make you succeed, guys. All right, so this video is already too long, guys, so please, if you practice it, you will succeed. Join the Telegram group by clicking on the link in the description of this video. Then you need a one-on-one mentorship, so I can help you treat forex, make you successful in forex, guys. Then contact me through my direct Telegram handle when you get to the group. All right, guys, so let's handle this and make us successful this year, guys. All right, so till my next video, stay blessed and peace out.